Now in terms of marketing, you're going to have stock info for clients. So if you know there's always the first 5 questions that every client asks you about your product or service, make a stock video that goes over those 5 points or 5 different videos and post those on your website. So the first thing they see is that stock video. That's going to save you so much time. Also SEO capabilities, which we'll get into a little bit later. It's going to create a sticky website. Now, for those of you who use Google Analytics with your current website, if you sit there wondering why people aren't returning to your website, just new visitors, not returning visitors, if you haven't changed any content on your website, why would they ever come back? So with video, it's giving them an excuse to come back, especially if you're consistent with when you are posting things. They'll go, oh, awesome, it's Wednesday. Every Monday and Wednesday, there's always new content on this site. I'm going to go back. I'm going to see what's new, what's happening, see what she has to say. And it's going to be interactive because of the comment section, and it's just going to give them stickiness. If you want to get your time on site up higher, if you have 2-minute videos, people are going to be on there for at least 2 minutes, you know, and you're not going to have 30-second bounces off your website. It's also going to add credibility. So long as you know what you're talking about and you look confident when you're saying it, it's going to add credibility, as opposed to buying a bus stand, which people drive by and they go, wow, he's handsome, I'm going to call him because he looks like he knows what he's talking about. No, that doesn't happen. Those are good in conjunction with other marketing strategies that are building credibility for you. What the billboards do is remind people to call you, but they're not the reason to call you. You need to build credibility in something first, and video blogging will do that for you. And obviously your cost per view is extremely low because it's free. All it really is your time, so whatever you put a price on your time for is what it costs you. And like I said, it does set you apart as a person. So in terms of why, is there any questions on any of that stuff? You guys are good? Awesome. Sort of.
Yeah.
So what do you need to get started? How many of you guys do not have a computer? Well, you're halfway there. You've already got pretty much what you need. Because if you've bought a computer in any time in the last couple of years, most likely it's come with a webcam of some sort, and that's the only other thing that you really need. And those are the only things that really cost money to get started, is your means of filming and your computer to record it on. YouTube accounts or any other thing like Vidoeo or Google Video, Yahoo Video, MySpace, things like that, those are all free accounts that you can have. Your blog, WordPress, Blogger, all that kind of stuff, you can get a free one. Windows Movie Maker or Mac equivalent, those are free. They come on your computer. If you didn't know, you already have video editing software. And obviously the consistency and desire to do this for more than just money, because if you're doing this just to get new leads, it's not going to happen right away. But what I found when I started doing this is that it was actually helping me close the leads that I was already getting by adding that credibility, by giving people a resource outside of the 9-to-5 realm. So that's why I kept going on it. And if you're just waiting for those leads to come rolling in, it's not going to happen right away. Like with any new web endeavor, it takes time. Now, possible upgrades are things like obviously your camcorder, getting an actual camcorder or something that is better than just a webcam. Paid WordPress blog, video uploader. I don't recommend having your own uploader. I recommend using something like YouTube, because what that's doing is double downing on your search engine optimization. If you type in how to qualify for a variable rate, I'll come up 3 times on that first page. I'll come up number 1 for my actual website, number 5 for YouTube, and at the bottom I'll actually have a YouTube video thumbnail. And you can try that because I just Googled it before I came over here. So, but that's doubling down. So that's the website and YouTube getting found. If you're using your own uploader, you don't get that extra exposure. Tripod, editing software, I highly recommend Camtasia. I love it. Lighting, backdrops, green screens, personal microphone, I also recommend. Some mistakes that people use is they'll just use a regular camcorder and they're filming outside, but on a windy day like this, if you listen to some of the videos that I've seen, all you hear is going on and hardly any voice because it's just wind. So if you have a personal microphone on, what you do is sync up the 2 audios and go from there, and now it's nice and crisp. And then obviously a cameraman as well. So any questions on hardware?
Camtasia, you were saying?
Camtasia.
Yeah. Can you expand on that?
What I love about Camtasia is, again, always thinking outside the box. It's not always me that's in front of the camera. What Camtasia allows you to do is, 1, lots of editing options, super easy to use, just as easy as Windows Movie Maker, but smoother, higher quality, stuff like that. But,
Windows-based?
Yes, okay. This is Windows-based. So there is Mac equivalent. I can't remember it, but if you look up, if you just search Mac equivalent Camtasia, it'll come up on Google. But the other thing is it's actually got screen capturing software. So for example, I did a how-to video on how to fill out my online mortgage application. I'm actually able to film the screen with my mouse moving around, going from screen to screen with my voice overlay. And that's a fantastic option. I make PowerPoint presentations like this, but about mortgages. And again, my voice recording in the background, the screen being recorded by Camtasia. Now I've got a really interesting interactive video. So, love it. Yeah, Jackie.
How do you get your audio typed out? Because I think you use some software for that.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'll get to that. That's for the search engine optimization. I always recommend transcribing your videos. Google is not quite up to par with being able to know what your videos are about. It's the equivalent of them looking at an image. So by transcribing your videos, it's going to help with that, and I'll definitely get into that some more. All right, so planning your strategy. You have to think about who is going to be watching them. Now, if you're selling hearing aids, for example, old people who probably are your biggest clients are not the ones who are going to be watching your videos. It's probably going to be the kids of those people who can't stand yelling at their parents, who are looking up hearing aids for their parents. So knowing who your target audience is very, very important, and appealing to them is what you need to do. Where will they watch them? If you're doing something that is skewed towards where teachers will probably film them, or use them in a classroom, then you want to do them appropriately. If you're thinking, no, this is just going to be something that people are going to be watching at home to find out, they're looking at houses and they just want to start seeing some different houses available, well then know where they're going to watch them because that will impact how you want to film it. And what do they want to know, obviously, is very, very important. How long will they watch it for? If any of you are kidding yourselves that someone will watch anything longer than a 5-minute video, you're kidding yourselves. They really won't. Until you've established a strong viewership where people are consistently coming back, your videos should be no more than 2 to 4 minutes long. If someone clicks on a video, they're looking for an answer. If you can't give them that answer in 2 minutes, they will never watch you again. So until you've got it to the point where you're giving consistent answers really quickly and concisely, then you can start getting up into the 10-minute zones, but only once in a while. All of my videos are around 4 minutes or less, and once in a while I'll have one that's longer. And understand whether you're trying to help somebody, educate them, are you trying to recruit, sell them, demonstrate something, interviewing, telling a story. These are all different strategies that you need to consider. And then consider, is vlogging the right strategy? Guy in my office, I'm going to pick on him because I know him and he can't bother me on this. He's horrible in front of a camera. He looks absolutely terrified, and he tries to memorize his script. And if you're lucky, I might actually show you one of his videos on YouTube. He is the smartest person in mortgages I've ever known, yet he looks like he's been in it for about 3 months. So vlogging is not the right strategy for him. In a different occurrence, though, vlogging could be a good strategy if it was just his voice, maybe. He was filming something else, maybe a PowerPoint presentation, so we can do things like that. But determine whether it's the right strategy. If you're using a product and trying to demonstrate how it works, but it consistently always glitches, then maybe your video blog is not the right strategy. So, realizing that vlogging isn't necessarily always the right strategy. Now, finding vlogging topics, and even just blogging topics, that is the thing that people stumble upon the most, I suppose. And the reason I think they stumble on it the most is because they're trying to put too many topics in one video. If you look at any topic, you can probably slice that into about 6 videos minimum on the same topic. So the first thing is, the moment I get off the phone with a client and they have a question for me, I'm writing that down, because that is a blog. That is a reason to answer a question that if that person has, many other people have. Go through your textbook when you learned what you were doing, in real estate or mortgage brokering or graphic design. Go through your textbooks, and I assure you, every chapter